I was very fortunate. When I went to school at the University of Texas, and I enrolled in a physical education program with an emphasis in dance. They didn't have, back in those days, there were only 2 places in the United States where you could get a dance major, major in dance, and one of them was in Denton. My family had been to the University of Texas, so that's where, where I wanted to go, where my family was going, and where my, the roots were. I didn't want to go to girls' school anyway. And so anyway, at the University of Texas, I had a teacher that was very interested in learning the dances of Mexico, one of my dance teachers. So she invited me to go to Mexico City, to the University of Mexico, for their summer school program. And she says, I'm going to be driving, so you can drive with me. That won't cost you anything. I'll have an apartment, so you can stay in my apartment. That won't cost you anything. But if you have money for tuition and for your food or whatever your expenses, that's all it'll cost you. And I said, oh, what a wonderful opportunity. And so then I met Alura Flores de Angeles, who later we brought over here, and she did a lot of the work with us, and she knew Bertita too. I wish she were here to tell you, because she used a lot of Bertita's kids when we'd have a workshop with Alura Flores, because she was the teacher one of the teachers that taught Mexican dances at the University of Mexico summer school para extranjeros, for foreign students. So anyway, that's how I learned Mexican dance. Well, I had studied ballet, when I was little, but I hadn't studied Mexican dance other than one time we were recruited for fiestas patrias when we were kids, because back in those days there wasn't Mexico Folklorico and all these, programs that were, and all these different cities now all have their own ballet folklóricos, but not back then. But they would recruit the kids and teach them some dances to put on for the fiestas patrias. And but anyway, when I was in Laredo, teaching in Laredo, when the president of the college in Brownsville came to Laredo and talked to me to go and teach in Brownsville and be in charge of 2 different programs. One was with the college, and then another one was with the Chamber of Commerce. They needed somebody to do the charro days, to prepare the children for charro days. And because I had worked with children a lot, they wanted me. So that's how come I was in Brownsville. But when I got married, then we left. We had.
And that's how you got up to San Antonio.
Okay, because both in Laredo and in Brownsville, I had taken kids to dance at the National Folk Festival in St. Louis. They invited me in St. Louis. They called and asked me if I could take a group from the college. Well, we didn't have any money. We were just starting the program and all that. But Munguia said, well, if you prepare a program, he was very interested there, and this was Henry's grandfather, Henry Cisneros' grandfather.
Yes, Henry Cisneros' grandfather, and that was and so he...
Romulo Munguia had a print shop, but he was also very interested in culture and bringing teachers from Mexico. And so he said that if I needed a program, that they would help print the programs for free, which was great. So to be able to go, we didn't have any money, and we weren't established where we could say, well, ask for donations or anything like that. So we thought, well, we'll just put on a program in the auditorium and invite different groups from San Antonio, just patterned after the National Folk Festival in St. Louis. And that's how I got started with Bertita, because, and that's how the San Antonio College Folk Dance Festival started. The folk dance festival that we just had over at Our Lady of the Lake. Well, we started 52 years ago, and Bertita's kids were in the program. Yeah, it was very successful because since we used her students and some of the dance groups from around here, th- then we wanted to continue. The next year, we thought, well, that was really successful, and she too, she was very said, yeah, you got to keep this up. It's very nice, you know, and it's a nice opportunity for the students to show off. So that's how we started, and that's the first time that I used her students, because they were in my performing group, and of course I had to use the best ones because we were so new. We were so new.